Yo, 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 it's the Jolly and Slimm Show. Yeah, let's go. Time to lock in, turn the volume up. We bring that heat, yeah, we keep it tough. Mindset, hustle, life on the go. You already know it's the Jolly and Slimm Show.
What's up, good people? It's Thursday night, not Monday night. But that still means that it's time for the Jolly and Slimm Show. I'm Slim.
I'm Jolly.
And he's Jolly. Welcome to the show. It's been a little over a week since we spoke last because Monday night I was not feeling very hot.
And
man,
when you sent me that text, the funny thing was I was like in the zone doing something else.
Yeah.
And if you would have never sent me that text, I would have lost track. I would have lost track of time. I knew we were doing it, but I know the mindset I was in that day.
Yeah.
And how I was zoned into what I was doing, and I don't even remember what I was doing now. About zoned in on it, I would have probably lost track of time, or I would have came to and remembered it like right at time. So that's why I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that happens sometimes for sure.
Hey.
So, what's been up in your world, man? How's South Carolina?
Hot.
Is it hot? Yeah.
It's in that weather where, and it's not even hot yet. It hasn't even reached 100 yet. Which
I know, right?
Crazy. Because normally it's at 100.
Yeah.
And now it may be, but I don't think it is. But anyway, it's at that where it's 85-ish, 90-ish. It's getting hot. It's pushing there. And then it rains later in the afternoon.
Every day.
And then
it's funny that that's true there too, because it's like in Florida, it's like it's rained all week here, all day, not just like not in the afternoon. Like I always tell people in Florida, like people that come here on vacation in the summertime and they get mad, and it's like it's gonna rain every afternoon at 3:00.
Yeah,
like, you can't change my mind about it. Like it's gonna rain every day at 3:00. So just be prepared for that. But I think been like monsoon raining every day for like half an hour for like 7 days ish, essentially. Like there was like 3 to 4 inches of water in our parking lot at the shop today.
Yeah.
And it all happened in like 3 minutes. It went from dry to flooding within like in less than 5 minutes. And then it only rained for like 10 minutes and then it was done.
Yeah.
But it rained a lot. In that amount of time.
Our showers have been actually coming later in the evening. Like usually it hits around, like you said, between 3 and 5 o'clock.
Right.
These have been hitting like 8, 9, 10 o'clock.
Interesting.
So I can hear them at night, and then when I wake up, it's still wet, like wetter than normal. And then, but it's not that bad. I guess it's the perfect weather because like it's raining at times that you normally wouldn't be, I guess, running around. Maybe you are.
That's true. You'd rather it rain when you're not out doing stuff.
Yeah, like it waits till the end of the day. Say, hey, I'm gonna let you do what you want to do, but then I'm gonna rain.
Yeah. Interesting.
But other than that, man, I had my son all week.
That's good.
Friday. He goes back to his mom. Well, he was supposed to go back tomorrow, but he actually called his mom. I was like, "Can I stay with my dad one more day?" And she was like, "Yeah." I mean, I don't think she was really like, "Yeah." I think she was like,
"Right."
She was like, "What?" She's like, "Why?" So I just want to stay with my dad. I know why, because he freaking pulled his tooth out, and now like he's the tooth fairy.
Waiting on that fairy. Yeah.
It was like barely loose yesterday, and he sat there all day.
Wiggling on it, yeah.
And then, like today, he got it out.
That's funny,
and that's crazy because like when I was little and I had loose teeth, I wasn't pulling my teeth out.
I would mess with them with my tongue.
I would mess with them until like they literally were hanging by like one little string.
Oh no, my dad pulled mine out.
Well, eventually it got to a point where I would have them hanging, and my dad, you
gotta get that thing out of there, boy.
And he was like, "No, we're not doing that."
Grab them pliers.
But the kids these days, they walk around and pull their teeth out like it's nothing.
That's wild.
Like at school, when they know they got a loose tooth, they're walking around all day.
Right, trying to get it to let go.
And when I was
that's crazy.
When I was married to Levi's mom, when he has 3 older sisters, not by me, but a previous marriage.
Sure.
I remember the youngest one, she pulled, I know, 3 out in one day.
What?
I mean, they all were loose, but she was like, bam, bam, and she was like, I'm gonna rack up tonight.
Yeah, she's like, we going shopping this weekend. I'm trying to go.
But
trying to get it done.
So he pulled that tooth out, and he was like, hey, telling me, he's like, I know that the tooth fairy's not real, because mom kind of told me. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, so could you kind of leave me V-Bucks, or how much you want to leave me $2-3 tomorrow?
I ain't give you nothing, bro.
I was like, what are you talking about?
You just told me the tooth fairy's not real.
I was like,
what do you mean?
I was like, I'll let him know when I see him. He's like, whatever. So yeah, that's been a highlight today. But other than that, I've been trying to get some videos, trying to figure a new way to record my videos.
Interesting.
Because I've been playing around with a lot of things in the past couple of months of what style of the videos. I've done a lot of the ones of me talking like this.
Sure.
Then I've done the AI stuff, and
That's
I've done the AI just images, and then actually AI comics, and then I've done, what else did I've done some other things along with that. Just try to see what's been working, what's not, and each platform, which we know this, definitely certain things work differently, and for the views purpose. But again, I would say if I'm really going to be honest, the comics that I make on Instagram, for most part, I pretty much can get 1,000 views on Instagram reel with the comic.
Okay.
Kind of consistently.
Sure.
Here and there, hit consistently. Sometimes one may flop and get 30 views, and then the next one it just goes crazy. But the funny thing is, I wouldn't say funny. It'll probably happen since I said this now. But in the beginning, when I was making those AI little comics and trying to use pictures of me and my son to just create whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, I got blasted on Instagram.
Yeah, you were telling me people were mad that you were using AI.
Yeah, it was bad. But then
don't do that.
And then I paused for a second and didn't do it as much, and then I started back, and I haven't yet, up until this moment. Now, I haven't checked Instagram in a while today, but I haven't got any flack about it. But I haven't done one in a little bit too. I went back to doing the videos of me talking, and I did see that when you post videos like that, now how true this is and how true it's not, I don't know. This is where I'm trying to get the information now. Is
who knows, right?
I used to do my videos where I'd have what I was going to do and record 7, 8, 9 videos in a row, just back to back to back.
Oh yeah. We talked about that. Yeah.
And then I would schedule them to post, and it would be the same outfit and everything in every video. So I read or saw somewhere that posting the wearing the same stuff all the time and stuff like that, it will not consider that original content sometimes because you're in the same outfit and it may not
because it wasn't made in the moment, essentially.
Well, that and the visuals are the same as the last 5 videos.
Oh, that actually makes sense. It just assumes it's the same video.
Yeah, AI is looking at it and scanning or whatever it does. I envision AI just scanning it, or doing something along that. But
right.
It probably just puts it in there and it says, okay, we've seen this video before, so it's not technically.
Yeah, it sees the same thing, so it assumes it's the same video.
Yeah, and
that actually makes a lot of sense. I never would have thought of that though.
And that you should always change your outfit, change the scene here and there. So I mean, the videos I've been posting recently, when I go on my walks in the morning, I usually record them then. So I've changed that scene up, and I've done some on my porch. I haven't done any in a while of me sitting at my desk, which I'm gonna do that again. I think the next 2 videos, that's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
Just because, I mean, it's true, and I just slack about it, but reading the analytics of your videos and stuff does help you.
Well, sure, yeah, you would imagine so. Like knowing what's going on has got to be somewhat helpful, I would imagine.
And actually, like looking and saying, "Oh, I posted this and it did this," but again,
and it did this and these numbers or whatever.
But,
yeah.
And the other thing is, I'm not posting things for a certain outcome anyway, so that's why I don't pay attention to my analytics that much.
Yeah, you're posting to post, and then whatever happens, happens. Yeah,
I'm not like, oh, and I've been more intent about certain things of trying to make things, but I kind of want to be like more raw and just like in the moment on the stuff rather than
sure.
Of course, I have to look up ideas and think of things that like what I want to talk about and try to be, But I'm just like, I guess it just came to me that I wanted to play around and kind of start studying the analytics of videos and stuff to see what that means, because I never really paid much attention to it, and I want to see, because I started off when I was paying attention to my stuff on X, the analytics to like for the impressions that you stuff, and I saw that popping off and going up, but I checked today and I haven't checked in a while, and like everything was in the red, so I went down on X. I guess everybody's tired of me.
Yeah, everybody's mad. They don't like you no more.
But yeah, I mean, what's the date right now? The
19th.
Dude, we've pretty much got a little over
a month and a week. Yeah,
yeah,
we're almost there. I was just thinking about that a few minutes ago. Hey, where are you at with all your like plans and stuff for that? You have your flight is booked and your tickets bought?
Oh, everything's done.
Yeah. So we're just like paying for the hotel when we get there or whatever, and we're good.
Yeah.
Essentially, cool.
What was I going to say?
Which ticket did you get?
I got the one that was like 150 that didn't come with the like swag.
The super VIP one, right? It's like the regular VIP one, or is it?
Yeah, it gets everything but like the swag bag and like parking. Yeah, but I think parking's still another one above that. So
we don't need parking.
No, but I did reach out to them and said, "Hey, I bought this ticket, but I would like to. Can I upgrade to this ticket? Because I kind of want to get the swag bag, because I feel like V-Friends is going to have something in there, and other people are going to have stuff in there too, and you may be able to trade with people of things that you may have that you don't want for the V-Friends stuff.
Sure.
Maybe not this year though, because
that's interesting thought though. I hadn't even thought of it in that way yet, where like you might like, hey, I've got this whatever pack of
UFC cards,
something or another basketball that I don't want, and you have this thing from V-Friends. Do you want to trade? I hadn't even thought about that. That's a really good thought though.
That's a $50 like boost from where I spent. So like I feel like honestly that's
it's almost probably worth it.
Yeah, because like I feel like even if you didn't sell anything or trade anything, the stuff you got. I
never find my wallet in my freaking
the stuff that you have in that bag.
I bought the $200 ticket. That's the one that's the better one, right? Like yeah, that's the one. Okay.
So I'm probably I gotta wait until probably next week, and then I'm gonna call and do it. He said, I mean, it's pretty much a simple buy the ticket you want, the VIP or whatever, and then I'm gonna reimburse you for this.
Say one more time. I missed something.
Basically, I mean, it's nothing crazy. He told me to go buy the new ticket, and then he's gonna reimburse me the 150 for the other ticket.
Oh, I gotcha.
So I mean, I was hoping he could just like transfer it over and me pay him $50 extra or whatever, you know.
Oh, you're talking about somebody from you contacted somebody from?
Yeah, because I got in touch with National.
I understand. Yeah.
Like I was hoping that he would just be like, "All right, I'll put you at this."
Just give us $50 more, but you have to buy the second ticket and then return the other ticket. Essentially.
Yeah, and I guess that helps them keep numbers and stuff.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, so
I'm sure logistically and just keeping track of statistics and stuff that's how they have to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, my flight's booked.
Yep, mine too. My ticket's bought. and then we have a hotel room booked. We just got to pay for it when we get there. So or reserved, I guess, rather.
And I think me and you get to the airport around the same time.
Okay.
Like I think one of us gets there about 30 minutes or so before the other.
Yeah, so we'll just hang out and pay for one Uber essentially or whatever.
But just think, my plane history hasn't been too good with flights being on time.
Yeah, my flight's supposed to land at 8:20 in the morning.
I think mine's at
on Wednesday.
I think mine's like a little around 9, if I'm not mistaken. So it's about give or take.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, right?
And I don't. And
so you should be there by noon, then, is what you're saying.
By 4 o'clock. Yeah.
yeah. But you should be there Wednesday. Hopefully, all goes well.
and it's open on Wednesday, right? But that's just more of like, is it an actual show on Wednesday, or is it?
It's probably I've never been to this event. I don't know. Most of the time, your Wednesdays or your first days essentially are more like set up and there's not a lot of attendees yet because people are traveling in, right? And even for a lot of things, I do a lot of car shows and stuff, as you know. So like even car shows and stuff that I go to that are like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday and Friday still aren't the busy days because people have jobs.
Yeah. So basically,
they don't need to take off work. They're still going to go to the show. They're just going to go on Saturday.
So it probably so there's probably no reason. And I mean, I know I'm just talking right now. We're going to be doing different things, but so going to actually the National on Wednesday probably is not really anything crazy or beneficial.
I mean, unless we have nothing else, unless we have something else to do, we might as well because.
Oh yeah.
It's we're gonna get there early in the morning. So, like, we can't even check into our hotel room, I would imagine, until
like 3 or 4
that afternoon anyway.
Well, I still won't be there
unless we just find something else we want to go do. I know we want to go check out the Jordan statue and fun stuff like that. So, that might be the time to do that kind of stuff. Go to the United Center.
Yeah, that's the bucket list item for me.
For sure. So
I got to hit that up. I was hoping to maybe do the pose.
That's right. See if I could get up there and just do.
Maybe see if I can go sign a 10-day contract with the Bulls.
You could try.
Yeah. So
there you go. There you have it.
But yeah, folks. I mean,
you heard it here first.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever.
We'll figure that out for sure. I mean, I don't have like a strict schedule of any kind for sure. So it's just whatever it be like. So what up, boy?
But yeah. I'm now, as far as like spending money though, that's the other thing. I might not have a lot.
I'm probably not going to have a lot of spending money either, to be honest.
And these things are like this. This is how I put it. I've gone to multiple card shows and stuff and not spent a dime.
Sure.
Because usually the stuff I really would like, I can't afford.
Can't afford it anyway, yeah.
And I'm not going to go buy a $5.
I'm not there just to buy something just to buy it.
No.
Essentially, yeah.
And honestly, if I'm going to spend any money, it's going to be at the V-Friends booth.
Right.
Like, have you seen the new pins that they are putting out for this Fanatic Fest?
Know.
Oh, man.
Are they the pigeon ones?
It's the pigeon ones with the sports.
Yeah. I saw that today.
And then there's a big pin that has the badger on it, the robot.
Oh, okay, so it's like a multi-character pin.
Yeah, and it's and they're all dressed in sports uniforms. The robot looks pretty tight.
That's cool. But I wonder if if they're gonna do that Kind Warrior tease that Jeremy posted.
What do you think that's? What do you think that's?
You wonder if that's something for national? Well, you think it pertains to something at national?
I think that would be national thing because they put out. They're going to put out for this the Fanatics Fest. They got the big pin and then they got the pigeon pins.
Yeah.
And I saw like a pigeon super sticker type thing. I don't know if it's a sticker or it's an actual card, but it kind of looks like a cracked ice type card.
Okay.
But I mean, honestly, man. I think even though it's just one character, I like the pigeon pins. This pigeon
They
pin
look
set.
cool. The ones I saw
Probably
earlier,
one of my favorite because of the sports aspect to it.
Sure.
Like you're gonna have, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna have to get a baseball, basketball, and football because you can get them. They're not like, and I don't know. I guess there's cores of each. I would think there is
Yeah,
there's
one would imagine.
because there's
I
different
saw a
variations.
gold one of them for sure in
So,
the video, right? And then there was, I felt like there was a core in the video too.
Yeah,
Maybe it was a sparkle or something.
I'm not trying to get the shimmer set. I'm
Yeah.
cool with the base,
the base core set. Yeah,
because I really, this is probably one of my favorite pin sets.
yeah. I might check into that too. Yeah.
So it's now I don't know if they're going to sell any on their shows or
Right.
or how to get some.
What that's going to look like, right?
Yeah, because Jeremy opened the box the other night on a VFan stream as a giveaway.
Yeah.
And hit it out of 5. As a
wow.
giveaway. The only one open.
Wow.
Like right off and then he pulled a super fractor.
Of those. It was the first one, the first boxes of that.
It was a giveaway.
Wow.
Like I wasn't on the stream.
That's hilarious.
I wasn't on the stream, but I'm pretty sure that's what the post said on X was like.
Yeah.
Giveaway box hit 1 of 5. Or
that's out of crazy.
5. And then was it today he did a stream and hit the Sweet Swan super refractor.
Super refractor, that's crazy.
Now a lot of those super refractors are starting to come out real quick.
Yeah, I was actually thinking yesterday or the day before I was driving, and I was thinking of has anybody done a tally lately of how many of the blast-offs and super refractors have been pulled? Of just like the core cards, not like manga super, not those, just like
the core,
just the cores. Yeah.
I know Thought Wrong was working on something.
Yeah.
And I would almost think if I'm going to
because that would give us a pretty good idea of where we're at in box openings, right?
I bet you out of the 100 characters, I would be confident saying 20 characters have hit.
That's what I was thinking too. Was roughly about 20, which statistically, that means we're roughly 20% through the set, which is still pretty far to go if you think about it.
Yeah,
like that's a long way to go.
I know
it's only been not even 2 months yet.
Yeah, and I think
but it's still.
I think there's gonna be a lot of it sold at the National.
If we're let's just say we're 2 months in, and we're 20% of the way through. That means you're basically going through 10% a month, which means there's 10 months left. That puts you right about the time, or 8 months left. That puts you right about the time for Series 2 of Topps Chrome to come out.
If you think about it,
you're going to be starting running out of the first stuff right as the second stuff comes out.
I'm going to go on record and say,
assuming that the open rate stays the same.
Yeah.
Right, and all of that sort of stuff.
I feel like it is, but I'm going to say we're just projecting.
I got a hair. Sorry,
maybe 8 months. I'm going to go on record saying I think
it's less than that.
I think 6.
You think 6 more months? So by the end of the year, basically.
Yeah.
It'll be over.
Is what I think, but
who knows, right?
I could be wrong. I'm probably.
Well, we could all be wrong.
Yeah.
We could all be wrong.
Our math ain't math. The only math I'm going to trust is like Mike JY. His math usually.
He does a really good job of figuring stuff out. Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
It hurts my head to try to think about like what you would have to really think about, and all you would have to think of all.
What kind of time did you actually put into this? Yeah,
I would be like, man, I would get confused about midway through and be like, I don't even know what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, I don't know. What day is it?
Yeah, so.
Yeah. So I have an interesting thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Today. Yep, today. So like 2 weeks ago, one of my business partners, who's kind of our like silent partner almost, kind of. He was like, hey, I need to have a meeting with you guys. We're going to do it next Thursday, which was today. So today we had our little powwow. Me, Sean, and Veeple. And we're chatting back and forth, trying to figure out what all's going on. Cause just to be completely like, to be transparent, like it's felt lately like the business is kind of imploding a little bit on itself. Like it's kind of starting to deteriorate, fall apart, whatever. And so we're like, hey, like we need to figure out what's going on here, right? Like we don't have personal money to put into this thing. So it's either got to work or we got to, you know, or we got to start selling stuff, you know what I mean? Or whatever, get rid of stuff. So we had our little powwow today, and ultimately one of the decisions that was made was I am removing myself from the business. I am going to go full-time doing other stuff, washed clean stuff, like my brand, the ministry stuff that I'm trying to do and all of that, which you've seen on Facebook for sure.
Yeah. That's kind of,
I'm going that direction.
That's kind of where I figured
when you saw my post earlier, you kind of figured. Yeah. Yeah, so that's where I'm going, man. I'm going full time that direction. Not like tomorrow or anything.
Oh, that's
like,
what I was.
You know
that was
what I
my.
mean?
That
like,
was my next question. Was
essentially like I was like, I mean, so here's the thing. We were we're at a point where like the bank account, like the money in the bank, without getting new jobs, the money in the bank has like 2 weeks worth of payroll in it, essentially, right? And like that's not very much. Like that's not a lot of runway, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, here's the deal. Like I've got the money in my personal account already right now to like pay my bills for the rest of the month, essentially. So don't pay me next week, right? I don't need to take a check next week, which as a business owner, if there's no money, you shouldn't get a paycheck, right? So, you know, there's that. So don't give me a paycheck next week. I'll work. If I decide I want to take a day off or whatever, I will, because I'm leaving anyway. But, but I'll work next week, but don't pay me for it or whatever. But I guess technically next week's paycheck would be for this week, but that's not the point. We took in some jobs today though to help out. But either way, point being, and I was like, I'll basically work until the end of the month, right? And then I'm gonna be gone. But it was funny. I was just sitting down to like message some people and start making some reaching out to some people like, hey, like this is what's going on. Like y'all be praying for, you know, all that good stuff. And like, as I'm sitting down to go do that, I start seeing orders come in on the website. And I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I've kind of talked about it before, but like, it's been 6 months or so probably that I've been getting these like, it's been almost a year, 9 months or so that I've been getting these like pushes that I'm supposed to be going into ministry of some fashion, right?
Yeah.
It's been about 6 months that I've been being pushed, like really pushed to not be at the shop anymore, but I'm still there. And I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday. I was like, you know, ultimately I think that me leaving because I'm not supposed to be here anymore. Like it's clear that I'm not supposed to be here anymore. God has told me that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not supposed to be in this business anymore. I'm supposed to be doing this other thing. So I feel like me finally obeying and going and doing the thing that I'm supposed to be doing fixes all the problems. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the shop goes back the right direction. Like that business becomes stable again. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, like I'm a firm believer that if you're supposed to be doing something and God's telling you to go do something, eventually he's going to make you do it.
Yeah, you're
you
right.
See what I'm saying? And so like, he's like, look, like if you're not going to leave, I'll just destroy the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
about
the way
rage
I literally
over here.
feel that way, right? I really feel like that's what's going on. And so I was like, okay, like I'm just going to go then. Like I feel like I'm being told to leave. I feel like I shouldn't put it off anymore. So
well, I mean, when I first met you in March at Texas,
yeah,
you were already
talking about this.
You were thinking about
this was part of a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. You were thinking about this right here. And
yep.
I mean, it was one of those things that it don't matter what anybody told you to do or
Yeah.
gave you. I mean, everybody gave you different advice, and I'm sure you got good advice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, but I think it was like it's one of those things that until you're ready to make that change,
Right.
you're not ever really going to do it. And you wanted to, but again, you had a lot of reserves because I think you wanted to do it the right way, and you didn't.
Sure.
You didn't want.
Well, I don't want me leaving to hurt the business.
You don't want it to.
I want whatever decision. That's what I told them when we sat down today to our meeting. I said, when we get up from this table, whatever decision is made, I want everyone to be okay with it, and I want it to be what all of us think is the best decision for all of us. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, I don't want anybody to be like, well, Tim wants to leave, so let's let him leave, even though that's not what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, and
I'm not fully just cutting ties right off the jump. Like, if they need help, I'm going to go help.
Yeah, you're not.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I told him today. Like, I'm not going to just be like, F you.
Oh,
like,
you got
you know,
80,000 shirt order. I'm out.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like, if it comes to a point, hey, if somebody gets sick, you know, whatever, and you need some help, like, it's not like I still live here. You know what I mean? I'm right down the road. You know, so
and that will, like, if that relationship stayed that way, where like you said, when someone's sick, you can roll there for about an hour or two to help print and leave.
Right.
Like, just for help. Like, that's just a good relationship to have. And you never know, later on the road, you might need some shirts or something. They may print.
Well, so one of the parts of what we're doing is the heat press that I came into the merger with and the embroidery machine that I came into the merger with, I'm taking with me.
Okay.
Because I'll need those for making wash clean stuff. Right?
That might put you in a situation where you have that and you can still get some work from them.
Right. So also I'm taking some clients with me as well. Right. So I was like, I don't want to take a bunch of them. I want to take like 3 or 4 strategically chosen ones.
Yeah.
That fit inside the realm of
what you're doing,
what I'm doing. So like my church, obviously makes sense that's one of the clients I would keep. Right. We print shirts for a Jeep club locally. Like, that makes sense for me to keep.
Yeah.
Like, literally a buddy of mine that lives across, like, in the next neighborhood away from me. Like, he's literally my neighbor. I could yell and he could hear me because it's like he lives right there.
Yeah.
Like, he is basically like a broker. Like, he just sells shirts, and then he has clients back he's from outside of Atlanta, so he has clients from when he owned a print shop back there.
Yeah.
That he still prints for, but he just gets other people to print them, and he just makes a little money off the top. So, like, that is a one that I'm going to keep. So there's like 3 or 4 like that I want to, and you know, one of my partners kind of balked a little bit at that when I brought it up, but I was like, ultimately, like, most of these people that do business with us aren't doing business with Emerald Prints. They're doing business with me.
Yeah, because they could go somewhere else and print something they want.
Correct. They can go to any print shop in the world, and they choose to do business with me because we've built a relationship over the years. If I'm not here anymore, there's no promise that they just go somewhere.
They might go bounce out.
Now, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything. I'm just telling you, like, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
I mean, and that's something I think they should probably know, because I'm sure each one of them has somebody like that.
Well, right. And that's what I told them too. I said, there's clients that's true for you guys as well. Like, but when we merged, I brought like 3/4 of the business of what we were doing total at the time. My business was doing a little over $300,000 a year, and theirs was doing like 80 to 100. So my business was way bigger at the time. Right.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
So a lot of the existing clients that we have are that initial client base that I brought to the table.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I'm giving you most of that. So don't be that guy. You know what I mean? Like, just take the blessing.
You're not taking it all,
right?
because I mean,
yeah,
you could take it all if you not.
And I mean,
and it's not like you're telling
one of the clients that I have that I'm taking to places in order maybe once a month, and it's usually 50 to 100 shirts. It's not huge. I got one that places about 2 or 3 times a year. They're decent sized orders, but they're not all the time. And then Phil, the guy that's my neighbor, you know, he probably does a decent size order a month. And then the church does a couple orders a year. It's nothing crazy. And I told him, I was like, I don't want to build another print shop. That's not my goal. Like, I don't want to do the same thing again. Like, this is a different business. I just want to have those clients because they fit inside of what I'm doing. And that gives me like some income coming in, whether I have sales from the retail side of things or not.
Yeah. You still have a little bit coming in.
So, right.
So yeah, that well, I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, 'cause this is something that you're passionate about. This is something that you would rather be exhausting your energy into than something else. Not that you didn't.
And but a lot of my energy's been going there into that direction anyway. Like I'm less and less, not caring, but less and less.
Yeah, I know.
You know, with the print shop anyway. So I just, you know.
Because I mean,
that's what happened.
Because it's been on your mind for a while, and
yep. But yeah, like you said, I mean, we talked about it.
Yep.
It's been being talked about for a while. And when I was in Orlando, I was talking to Dalton about it, and he all but looked at me and was like, because like one of the big things is like the fear of provision, right? Like I'm leaving a job where I'm getting a paycheck every month, a business where I'm getting a paycheck every week, to no guaranteed paycheck, right? I've got to sell something to be able to eat, right? Well, I mean, that's technically true either way, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
But he looks at me like straight in my face and goes, well, do you believe that God's going to provide for you or don't you? And I was like, okay.
I mean,
thanks, Dalton.
Yeah, that's where we're going right now. This is.
And I mean, that was ultimately like, but since then, there's been like, all these like songs that I hear and verses that pop up and all that stuff that are essentially saying the same thing, like, you know. And so I'm like, all right, like I get it.
This is when you finally were like, you know what? All right. Let's do this.
Fine.
You twisted my arm long enough.
So,
but yeah, congrats, man.
So man, I'm stoked about it. It's obviously kind of bittersweet because it's like I'm excited for new things, but I'm also it's scary a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's also the like giving up of the thing that I've been building, right? You know. So, but I like the thrill of building the new thing more than I like the sustaining of the thing that's been built, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I mean, if you're building something you don't enjoy, it's never really fun.
Right. And I've been unhappy in that business for over a year. Right. I've just been doing it because it's what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know, I've just been continuing to do it because I was there already.
Well,
so, yeah.
Well, once you get everything rolling, let me know. I mean, I do live on the Bible Belt down here.
It's true. That's right.
I mean,
that's right.
I
got some long sleeve fishing shirts and some polos. Oh, funny story. This will actually you could promote this one. You should set up an affiliate account like you have with Findlay.
With what?
You should set up an affiliate account like you have with Findlay hats.
Yeah.
Through Washed Clean. I just released some polos, and one of them is I don't remember what they called it, but I called it. It might be called the Palms, like the brand that makes the blank polo.
Mm-hmm.
But I called it the Palms because it's got palm trees on it, and it's made to look like it's the South Carolina palm tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's what it's made. It's called the Charleston. It's actually called the Charleston.
So
I think,
you said,
the name of the polo.
You have like an affiliate link, is what you have?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll look. It's on the website, or is it?
I'm gonna look and see. Washed Clean Ministries.
Yeah. Let me.
Because it wasn't acting right one day, so I took it down. But I think I've got it back up now.
Yeah, I'll go sign up and do that, and then I'll send the links.
Palms, I called it the Palms polo.
I got the old preacher at the church that I used to go to. He's he's a preacher at Myrtle Beach now too.
Oh yeah.
So maybe
yeah.
that has
all those beachy fishermen guys and stuff.
I can send that to him and tell him what it's about. I might just call him and then
right.
I haven't talked.
Yeah, I would appreciate any help for sure from anybody watching and listening for sure.
And I can send it to the church down the street, and just see what they do. I'll start sharing it with them.
Yeah.
Also, and I mean, if you ever, I could always drop some like flyers off or something if they want to.
Yep, I'm trying to start making some stuff that's not just off-road related, right? Some stuff that's got like I did a fishing shirt, and I did those couple polos that don't have any kind of real saying or anything on them. They just have the Wash Clean logo, and then they have the Take Your Faith Off-Road tag that I put on everything. But it's kind of obscure, so it's not, in your, but yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, I'll sign up for that.
Fun stuff, E.
And then we'll get that rolling for sure.
He's like, let's do this. Anyway,
so
what else is going on in the world, man?
I mean, that's exciting.
I'm pretty stoked about it, to be honest. Like, it's kind of all hasn't sunk in yet because it's like I still have to go to work on my. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still going into the shop next week.
Now you're like, man, I don't even want to come in today.
Yeah, kind of. I'm not working tomorrow, because we're doing a boat day. My church owns a pontoon boat that we use to go out and minister on the water and stuff. And then we have a couple that, we have some people at church that own rental pontoon boats. And so they let us rent them for cheap or whatever. So we have like 3 boats going out on the water tomorrow with a bunch of the students, like the middle and high school students.
That's cool.
So I'm going out and doing that tomorrow. And then one of the ladies at church that's actually part of the middle and high school ministry, we call it Tribe, part of Tribe Ministry. She is also the president of the local high school touchdown club, which is like a boosters kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're having a cornhole tournament tomorrow night. So we're all going to go out on the boat all day until like 2 p.m. or something. And then basically like there's like 2 or 3 hours and then we're going to the cornhole tournament. So it's going to be an exhausting day.
Well, at least, back in the day, years ago, when you said you're going on the boat all day, leaving the boat to go play cornhole would be a whole different.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is not going to be drunken boating. It's just regular going out there and boating. It'll feel like I'm drunk when I'm done, I'm sure, because of just dealing with these kids.
And that's a long day on the water too.
Yeah, we're launching at like 9:30 and we'll be coming back at 2. So what is that, 10, 11, 12? That's only 4 hours. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've been also this week I did some more sketch cards.
Okay, cool.
And I did some other things. I just saw them right here. These kind of like designs.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's cool.
I mean,
you start doodling and see what happens, right?
Yeah, they're actually kind of, I saw some videos on how to like set these up or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, that looks cool. Let me see if I can do it. Sure. And all these are that I've done. That one I created out of my own mind. So
okay.
That's an original.
You know what that means, right?
Yeah. That's the original Jolly right there.
That's right. Jolly original 1 of 1.
But
straight off the dome.
But every one of these pretty
much freestyle
were the first tries.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's another thing that I kind of was like, I can add that to the repertoire. And I think I got about 5 more sketch cards that I got kind of finished. But now I think I'm going to go a different route with my sketch cards. I think.
Oh, no.
No, I think I'm going to add this type of stuff to the background of the cards.
To the backgrounds? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I think it adds.
You do the sketch of the character and then you add some abstract to the back.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. A kind of a different aspect. And I got one sketched out right now, and it goes along and it kind of goes along with it too. Is I got a Rick and Morty.
Okay. Oh yeah. So that fits.
And then in the background, I got the spiral, which when I did it, I didn't even think about it until after I did it. And I was like, you know what? I think I've seen this picture before.
Oh, right.
Because I think there's like images of them standing in front of that spiral thing in the back. And I thought,
sure, absolutely, there are,
It kind of like was an accident that
unintentional, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like I did it that way, but it was a total accident because I watched Rick and Morty one time.
Like, I've only seen a little bit of it.
Well, I think I watched like the first season.
Okay.
Because I see a lot of young kids wearing Rick and Morty stuff. That's definitely not kid show.
That's how it works sometimes, though.
But yeah, so that's when I started to learn how to do that. I was like, man, because I always with the sketch cards, I have trouble of what I want to do in the background.
Yeah.
And I don't want a lot of just white space or negative space.
You don't want all the negative space. Yeah.
Yeah, it bothers me. So, but I was like, man, I'm gonna start adding some of these to the flavor to it just to see.
That's a cool idea, though. I like that. Yeah, coming up with some kind of just random.
Yeah, what's the worst thing?
Make it like you can tell it's a Jolly sketch because it has that background or whatever. You know,
that kind of is a staple. So I kind of like that idea. And I mean,
your signature piece of flavor.
And what's it matter anyway? So like,
it'll be fine.
Not that I'm,
it's going to be good time.
I just think it's cool, and I might do a show one day when I just start them at $1 and roll out. I've been thinking about doing a Series 2 break, and I've been thinking about this.
Here we go.
It's a wild one because I want to do it like this way for two reasons. One, I want to get people back into Series 2. Two, I think and if I did my math correctly, and I could have done that wrong, that might be why
There's always a chance.
That may be why I'm so excited about doing it this way, because I may have done it wrong. But
it's fair.
I was going to do a 2-box break, and I was going to have all the characters except for like the black hat and the gift coat spot in there, and probably do like a wheel, $5 spin, or maybe start auctions at $5 for a spin. So worst case, you could hit
and just get random characters.
You could hit a wizard for $5,
right?
And then at the end, I was thinking about maybe auctioning off
those two big
the black
spots.
cat spot and the gift coat, or just auction the black cat spot for a $2 and the gift coat be a buyer's giveaway. Or no, not a buyer's giveaway. I'll randomize it if we hit one.
Right, yeah.
So basically
a buyer's giveaway.
And start all
not a technical buyer's giveaway as far as what.
Yeah, it's a buyer's giveaway. It's an unofficial buyer's giveaway.
Yeah.
But yeah, and do that and just do each spin. Auction start at $5. And if people bid more on the spin, that's fine. That's on them. But I was thinking about doing an actual the same way, but have like all the spots for like $8 and just let people go buy their character.
Just go crazy.
For $8. If you get there quick enough, you can get a wizard for $8.
Right. You get the spot, yeah.
Because if I done my math right, that will actually, that will cover the cost of the boxes and stuff like that, plus some.
Yeah, for sure.
And and then whatever I
mean, just in if you did for $5 auctions, then they all sold for $5 before fees, you're at $12.50.
Yeah, and
right. So yeah,
you see, and then auction off the black cat spot, you're gonna get at least another. I'm saying 50 to 100 because I don't want people to spend more.
Yeah, because you don't want to be crazy because it's only 2 boxes. Yeah.
So 50 to 100 for that spot, maybe even less, but I would think more than $5.
Yeah.
And if it's sold even if it's sold for $5, then guess what?
Yeah, it's still in the. You're still
and that way it's going to give Series to get. I would like to get Series and give me a way to stream because I can't really stream. I don't have much product right now.
You don't have stuff, yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm lacking right now. That's actually kind of getting in my head a little bit. Not getting in my head, but
right.
This is bothering me.
I know what you mean.
But then it'll get Series 2 out there, back again where people talking, And for the new people, it's going to give people a real good shot at getting some good characters for $5 at least.
Yeah.
Unless you want to bid yourself up on auctions, and because if there's 10 spots left on the wheel and the Wizard and the Red Devil are still up there, yeah, those are going to go more than $5 for the
Right.
I mean, but
yeah, it's always better for the seller if the big spots stay on the wheel longer.
But even with
the chance that it goes early is just the same. It's the same chance, right?
And even with this way, because your big ones go first in a wheel spin on something else, people stop buying the other.
It's hard to do the other ones.
But this way, for $5 to get your character, like in two boxes, I think that
if you just list the characters, then
that's a fair price. I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think I'm gonna try to set it, but I'm gonna advertise it for a minute, and I don't know if I'll do this too. I may try to set the team, the car. I might break them down in different sections in the characters and drop like 15 at a time, but let people know that I'm about to drop these 15 of these characters and have people like kind of racing to get it. If I do it, if I do it where I charge like $8 down the board, because I want to do it where it's cheap for everybody.
Yeah,
and I at least make my money back off the boxes and a little bit of profit for the time being, and to give everybody the chance of getting some bigger characters for like really cheap.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, and if you hit 2 or 3 of your cards and you got it for $5, like you made your money right there.
Yeah, for
sure. Not even if you're not selling, you got your money's worth.
You got your money's worth, yeah.
And you might walk. I mean, somebody's gonna walk away with. If I do 2 boxes, there's at least 4 people walking away with a rare or better of a card for $5 or whatever.
More than likely 5 or 6 people,
Yeah. So or it's 5 to 6, and probably more with like some of the core cards like.
Well, plus you're going to get tier 2s in both. You might get a tier 1, right?
And so, I mean, you're going to have some astronaut. You may have some termites, which those cards sell for like 15, 20 for termite. And that's a core card. So
yeah.
And so that's I've kind of been plotting on that to try to get that how I want to do that. But also, like I got my deck ready for tonight for the VFram.
Yeah. I got a quick fun story that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I haven't been buying much because I don't have money.
Yeah. I got you.
So, hey, it's Don Bizarro.
What's going on?
What's up? So yesterday I was watching VFriends stream. Ezra and somebody were doing the wheel spin, and they had like blaster packs, hobby packs, blaster boxes, hobby boxes on the wheel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were spinning and I bought a blaster pack for like $25 or something, and it was all base pack, and I was like, that gummit, I'm not even gonna do this. I'm like, I hate that, it makes me so mad. So I turned it off, and I came back a little bit later. I'm watching, and Ezra said, I heard Ezra say, I guarantee you that there's another insert in this box, right? I guarantee there's another insert in this box. And he opened a pack, and it had a numbered card in it. And somebody goes, is that the insert? And he was like, I guarantee you that there's another insert in this box. I knew what he was insinuating was that he knew there was a game on in there.
Yeah.
Right? And so I bought the next spot. I think it ended up being right at $40. I bought the next spot, spin the wheel, hit hobby pack. And he goes, while it's spinning, he goes, man, I hope Slimm hits this next hobby pack. Hobby pack, open it up, game on.
You got a game on?
Yeah, it was just out of 99. Who was born?
That's still.
Still.
I mean, That's a good flip right there.
Yeah, it's between 150 to $200.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll guesstimate 175 ish, like shipped. So I might profit. I mean, like I said, I paid 40 for it or whatever, so make $100 essentially off of it. After shipping and fees and whatnot. So,
and then it's one of those.
If I can sell it straight up on, and do PayPal instead of doing it on Whatnot or eBay or whatever, that would be better because then there's no fees. But
yeah, so.
But it was cool. I was listening to him and I was like, he's trying to. I didn't want to type it, but I was like, he's trying to tell us that there's a game on in the box. Like he could tell, because you can feel it. You can tell it's different. So I was like, I'm gonna spin for it, and I did, and I hit it. So.
Oh yeah, like when you grab the pack and it has a game on in it.
Yeah.
Immediately.
You can tell immediately. Yeah.
Like
I kept trying to check early on, right? Like try to slide the cards to see if it was one or more in the pack, right? But then I realized that people were like, no, like you can tell, like it's obvious.
Yeah, because I remember.
But I didn't even think about the fact that it's shadow boxed too, so you would be able to feel the indention. But right? I thought about that later on.
Because when I grabbed that pack that time and it had the game on it, like I grabbed it and I set it down and I said the same thing, but I was just opening the box for myself. So I grabbed the pack and I set it down. I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to save that pack for the last one because I'm 100% sure there's a game on here. Yeah. And people, and that was on release day. So no one.
Right. So no one even knew what you were talking about. Yeah.
Or was it release day?
I'm positive that this is.
Was it release day?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I think it was because I think I did 2 streams that day. It was in the second stream on release day. Yeah. Because I remember grabbing it and saying, I knew immediately. Right. Because just the way.
Interesting.
But yeah, it was.
That's cool.
And I sold that pretty quick.
Yeah.
I forgot what I sold it for. I think I sold it for it was between 200 and 250, which.
Yeah. A lot of the game ons, especially the 1099 ones, are in the 150, 175.
Yeah, I think mine was the 99.
So I know early on that was they were probably higher just because that's, people were anxious to get their hands on them. So.
Because I pulled the vampire sketch that day too.
Oh yeah.
What you need? All right, what do you want to say?
You know what I love?
I don't.
That he's the best dad ever.
Oh, look at that! It's not even Father's Day, but look.
I know.
Look at that. Man, best dad ever. I love that.
Dude, he got me with a good joke the other day.
Oh yeah.
It's not really a joke, but it's something you do. So apparently. He wrote
I'll do it. No, can I write it to him?
No, I'm just because I'm just gonna explain because we gotta do something else.
So I wrote on the top. I wrote.
Get in the thing so you can tell.
I wrote cat on the top, and
it was 10 words.
And then it spelled, and then I tricked him saying cat before this.
No. All right, let me explain. So 10 words, and he says, "Read the 10 words," and you read the 10 words.
He did get his followers, Don.
And then, yes, he did get his 50 followers. So, but then he was like, all right, you read the 10 words. And then he says, all right, now you put cat in front of every word and say them again. So I put cat again. And then he says, all right, now say cat after each word.
And in front.
And in front. So you said it again.
Front, right.
And then he's like, all right, now read the words from top to bottom.
And it said, look how long I got this idiot to say cat.
That's the words that he wrote. He said, I think it said fool.
No, it says idiot.
Oh, you
it
sure?
doesn't really matter what you put.
Yeah,
Dummy,
but once
dummy
you read
or
it,
whatever,
says, look how long I got this fool or idiot to say.
Cat. That's super funny.
And I was like, man, you got me. Because I thought it was something like that because I just saw it, but he didn't make me read them top to bottom immediately. So I was like, okay,
right.
What is this? But that was a good
Got
one.
Him.
He did. He got
him.
So
that's what matters.
But it definitely, that was a good one. But yeah,
let's do a quick trait talk and then we'll get out of here so you can get ready for you got to go get pumped up for your tournament.
Yeah, because I forgot my team plays someone. I think it's Ron Jordan's team, and I want to say I think the Bees is on there. Dawn, do you know who plays? plays tonight?
Dawn's playing.
Yeah, she's playing. Oh, she's playing tonight?
Yeah.
Oh.
Her team. You're playing Jolly?
I'm okay. So the way it works is
the orphans.
Yeah. So the way it works is there's there's a player for my team, player for her team. They're going to play each other. They're player one. They play one round. That's it.
Right. And then player two and player two play
one round. Now, if I forgot how the rules go, but if my team wins both the rounds, then that third player plays a round just for points.
Okay.
And I think they play like one round. But I think if there's like a 1-1 win, that third player plays
tiebreaker.
They play a best of 3.
Oh, okay.
Something like, I think that's what it is, but I totally wrong. I haven't read the rules that good. But I'm in that third slot. So
okay. So you got pushed to the back, is what you're saying?
Yeah. It's me, but Blaze is the captain, and then me, and then then there's Pfeiffer, Pfeiffer, and then it was me, and then it was Dr. Feelgood.
Okay, so there's 4 people on each team. Okay.
And I think there's 2 teams. I want to say there's 2 teams with 5 people, or maybe I don't know. I forgot how it works. But
he's the one that called a feel good.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes. But yeah, I wasn't sure who he played tonight. But I got my deck ready. All right, so
nice.
Give me a number, and it's actually I like it. I feel confident because me and Dr. Feelgood played today and played best of 3.
Okay, y'all been practicing.
We practiced, and it's a different strategy for sure, other than other TCGs for sure.
Oh yeah, playing backwards was what we did at Chris's in Orlando. We played the VFAM rules, and it was way different than playing in Texas. It was different.
It's a different strategy.
I actually won a game.
I did. I beat Dr. Feelgood at best out of 3.
Nice. Yeah, so, I went to the second round, baby.
We can only come up from where we were in Texas. We only can go.
And up. And then I think I lost to Chris actually, if I'm not mistaken.
But Savvy's daughter's playing, so she's out there.
Did we lose you, or are we good?
Can you see me?
Yeah. You're not moving, but I can hear you now. So that's good. Oh, now you're good.
So yours was doing that a little bit too, where it was like freezing.
What's cool though, just to keep you in the loop, Jolly, is even if we see a little bit of mess up on our end, it seems to be fixing itself before it goes to Twitch, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, because you've been freezing a lot this whole time, but
really?
It'll freeze for like a second or 2, and then it will go back. But
we've been getting some storms today. So,
but I never heard you say, "Oh crap, I'm frozen." So I figured on your end.
I haven't noticed myself freeze at all, but I've noticed you chop up a little bit. But even with your like choppiness, when I see it over here, when I see it on the Twitch side, it's clear.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm sure there's some scenarios where it's not, but it's been most of the time it's been good. So that's good.
All right, Dawn, give me a number between 1 and let's just say 20.
1 and 3. No, I'm just kidding. 1 and 20. Pick a number, any number.
If you're still here, Dawn.
Any number as long as it fits those criteria.
Yeah.
17.
17. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
13, 14, 15. Oh, it would have been.
Oh no!
It would have been out of 19, so I would have been wrong.
Oh, we were close.
All right, so okay, good one, Dawn.
Way to go, Dawn.
Practical.
What's that? Practical. Oh man, practical's pretty easy, right? It's just things that are practical.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't feel very practical.
Let's see. Let's see if I can actually look up the full definition.
What do you think about when you think practical, Dawn? Practical. Of or concerned with the actual doing or use of something rather than the theory and ideas. What does it mean to be practical? Interesting. I don't have a lot of good examples of practicality, I don't think. I'm trying to think of something like off the top of my head that.
Yeah.
a scenario, something that works easily. Yeah. Like it's not practical to do this, but it's practical to do that or whatever. Or I practically gave away all my money or whatever, you know?
Other words you can use would be possible, realistic, sensible, reasonable. So practical reason. So, I guess, you know,
it's not very practical for me to remove myself from my business right now.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it anyway.
And I guess reasonable, feasible, and things like that could come into. I mean, we can mix it with the card game when you're like making deals with people. You got to be reasonable with what you want, what they want, and the comps and stuff like that. You know, you're definitely not going to sell a
True.
Not reasonable to sell a card for $100 when it's an $8 card. You know,
you have to think practically.
Practical would be, I guess, like when you're let's just use if you're like broke, which I guess I'm broke, but like you got to be practical how you spend your money. Like you can't go out there and buy, you know, name brand stuff. Sometimes you might
stop telling me that, bro.
You might have to actually buy the off brand.
I've been shopping at Ross lately for new clothes.
Oh,
for new wardrobes.
I always go there.
Ross got it figured out, bro.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, this $75 polo is $12.99.
Yeah.
I'll take it,
and someone's gonna buy it.
Yeah, I bought it.
But what sucks at those places is like the 2X's and above. It's very slim, which you can slim pickings.
Yeah, that's true. I've been buying 2X polos. I've been trying to dress a little nicer, you know, like when I'm outside doing stuff. Not like
I see.
Sitting around the house or, you know what I mean? But like,
I'm
a pretty like, I'm not like a slob necessarily, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't really like, so like, I got some, I mean, I've always owned nice jeans and stuff for the most part, but like, I don't wear the like straight leg, like, you know what I mean? I wear like a little more relaxed fit jean most of the time, but like, I've been wearing the like kind of nicer fitting jeans and like a polo or a button down a little bit, like at church or when I, you know, different stuff like that. And because I mean, I'll wear shorts and t-shirt to church. You know, we like a flip flops kind of church. You know.
So it wouldn't be practical to wear like your dress clothes, like a suit, to go like dig a hole.
That's true. It would not. That is not practical. That's not very practical. There's a sketch getting pulled on Stella Jim stream right now.
She's been pulling some big stuff too, and actually getting stuff. She's the one who got the.
She's been hitting big.
Yeah, she got the super fractor for.
What is it? So Toronto and St. Louis. What is this? Oh, Crane, Curious Crane. That's cool. Anyway, yeah. So I've been trying to get some nicer stuff to wear. Amazon can be pretty practical.
Yeah.
About how to get some stuff. I bought the Amazon Basics brand, like
I know what you're talking
pants. And I'll tell you what, I hate buying like khaki style pants, like, you know, like even casual dress pants, right? I hate buying them because typically when you buy bigger guy pants, they're baggy.
Yeah.
They're always baggy in the legs. These are actually like fairly nice fitting pants. They're like the best khaki pants I've ever worn. They're not like, they don't look like old man baggy khaki pants.
They
kind of hug the leg a little bit.
You got some skinny jeans.
And it's not just because my legs are big. It's because they're actually, you know,
they're actually
made nicer. They're not skinny, but they're like, all jeans are skinny jeans for me above the knee because I have big thighs.
Yeah.
I have big calves too, but like a relaxed fit jean fits the bottom pretty well, but an actual like labeled skinny jean, I can't even put on, even if they're my size. I can't even put them on.
I don't even like wearing jeans.
The straight leg is about as small as I can get, like as far as legs are concerned, because I do have big thighs, big calf muscles.
I don't even like wearing jeans.
Been carrying around a lot of weight all my life, so my legs are pretty stout.
I don't wear jeans anyway. I don't like wearing jeans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll try
I like to wear jeans.
I'd rather wear like I got these pants. I guess I would put them in the khaki. They're not khaki color, but like that stuff.
Yeah.
They're Volcon and they're a skateboarding brand.
Oh yeah.
Like these pants type deals, but they're not jeans. But I wear a lot of those. I'd rather wear that. I mean, than jeans. Jeans are just too much for me.
Is this a game on too? Is that why she's holding it in the pack still? It is. Alpha Alligator. Did I buy Alpha Alligator? I think I did. Oh my gosh, did I buy Alpha Alligator? Bro, please tell me I did. No, that's the wrong one. Sold. I know I wanted to buy Alpha Alligator. Oh my gosh, bro.
That'll be the second game on.
In 2 days. I did. Ah!
Dang.
2 game ons in 2 days, bro. Who was born in an Alpha Alligator? And on top of that, what did I pay for it? $13, bro. I paid $13 for that spot. And Alpha Alligator is the only character in this set that I'm trying to actually collect anything of. And I finally got a game on of it. I'm pretty stoked. That's actually super cool.
So you're going to keep it? You're not going to sell it?
I'm probably going to keep that one. I mean, I only paid $13. I think it was after taxes and shipping or whatever. It might have been $18 or something. You know what I mean? I can sell the other one.
Yeah, so
keep the Alpha Alligator one.
Yeah, because at that point you made your money back on both purchases.
Yeah, right, exactly. This one's essentially free anyway. I got to sell a lot of stuff though.
Oh, dude, I got to figure out how to sell a lot of stuff too. It's been slow around here these days, but I'm about to make some moves somehow. I got to figure out how. But
that was hilarious. That's super cool. Come on, pull me another one, Stella. Let's do this.
So was that practical to pay the $14?
I think that was very practical. That was practical. Now, the question is, was it practical before I hit the game on?
No, because
it was not practical prior to that.
But now
it became practical after the fact.
See, these are those times when I was married and like I was getting back into sports cards and I was getting breaks, and I'd be like, "Hey, I spent $40 on this blah 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 blah. Why are you spending money on that?
You spent $40?
Oh, well, blah blah blah." And then when you 8 times later, you're like, "Oh, I spent $40 again," but you don't know about the 10 times I spent the other $40
in between.
But I hit this $300 card this time, so
right.
You show it off like, "Oh, look, I did make money," but then why didn't you sell it? Oh, it's going to gain value.
It's going to be worth more later, and then it ends up being worth $3 in a year.
Yeah. And then you're like, "Oh,
I was just looking, moving some papers around on my desk at the shop today, and there were 3 Jaden Daniels cards just hiding under some paperwork, and I was like, "Oh, look, football cards, cool. I wonder if I could try to sell those." And then is Jaden Daniels cards even worth anything anymore? Who knows? I don't even know.
I'm sure they are. They're rookies, and it depends on.
I got to go look.
Whatever brand, what brand they are. That's
I think one of them was a Mosaic something, and then
that one could be worth a little bit, depending on what it is.
None of them were autos or anything. Just I don't even think any of them are numbered.
Oh, they're probably.
But either way,
I mean, at least $3-4 probably.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess that was a practical move.
Man, look at me, huh? 2 game ons in 2 days. Golly, you can't beat that.
Well, I'll tell you what,
beat that at all.
Jay is still on a heater.
I don't know what it is, man. She just pulls everything good. I haven't been paying that much attention lately, honestly, because I've just had for the last couple of weeks, I've just had all this stuff going on in my head about what's going on with the shop and everything that I haven't been paying much attention to the VFriends, to be honest. But I still pop through every once in a while to check things out.
To be honest with you, I haven't been on many streams for long. I've kind of stayed off streams. Just because I've been trying to.
Because it's not practical.
Yeah, because honestly, I can get on there and spend money. If I don't get on there, I'm not spending money. I'm trying to.
That's right.
I'm trying to.
Oh, I turned off notifications on my phone for Whatnot so that it doesn't tell me when people go live.
Yeah.
Because I was can't do that anymore.
Because it definitely it'll suck you in. Because I mean,
definitely will.
If they were selling those pigeon pens right now, I'd be all over it.
You want me to check for you? No, I'm kidding.
I do not.
Word.
But I don't know. And I don't even, like I said, I don't even want the like shimmers or anything. I just want the core ones.
Yeah,
which
just
I think
cores,
I think it'd be easier to get that set.
I think you'll be fine.
So I'll be able to trade for some things on that one.
I think you'll be able to get it. I've got pins from the New Year, New You set that I need to try to sell to people.
I mean,
I've still got that gold Falcon I haven't sold.
I got a Decisive Duck Cosmic over here that I could trade for those things. I mean,
there you go. Yeah,
I'm not
probably get 2 or 3 cores or something.
Yeah, and I had the V-Friends Black Cat from that pin set, but I'm keeping that one but I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about the iridescent one?
Yeah, I got one of those, so I'll probably hold on that one for a minute until something comes along that I really want. The only pin that I really want right now that's other than those pigeon pins is I want a wizard pin. I just want a core wizard. But I haven't really looked either because I don't know. I don't really know I got to trade for it, or I really can't buy one. I kind of want to trade, but I don't.
Sure. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm trying to like not make any deals or anything until the national.
That's fair.
So
yeah, I might do that too. I might just like sell a few things, maybe just to have a little spending cash kind of situation,
and
then bring a bunch of stuff with me to try to trade or sell or whatever.
I'm gonna bring that Wimby card.
I'll tell you what, trading in Texas was fun.
See, I haven't
trading in Orlando wasn't really a thing too much. I made a trade with Dan, that Bulldog 1975 that I had that had the scratch in it.
Yeah.
I traded him that for a very rare CGC 9 zombie, just straight up, because I was like, the Bulldog's not ever going to sell really.
Yeah.
With the scratch in it, so it's basically worth $100 or whatever. So
speaking of Dan, did you see what they did for Ann on?
Yes, I did. That's super cool.
That was, I didn't get on the stream that night because I was like, it was later and I was like, I'm probably gonna go to bed. And then I was laying there and then I saw Soggy sent the message through the chat.
Yeah.
And like, I immediately knew what it was when the video came through. Like, it's like one of those moments you like knew. And when I saw it, I was like, man, that's amazing how that went down. Like, because I know Ann tried to get the card from the person who had it, and they were like, not that they were like, I don't know if there's an issue or not, but I think it was just hard to get in contact.
That's what it felt like to me based on the conversations.
No communication,
it was
really
difficult to get in touch with them.
Yeah, but it could have been. And I'm wonder if it was like hard for Ann to get it because of that reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the person had already given it to the gift codes to get it.
Oh, right. That deal had already been negotiated,
and they had to play it off like.
That's fair, yeah.
Because if they said I sold it, then she could go look for it again.
Right, yeah. Who'd you sell it to?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So if you just played it off, so I wonder if that was the reason why it was hard.
It could be.
And it may not be.
It's a good thought, at least, yeah.
It'd be just speculation on my end. But I think that was very awesome. That was an awesome moment because, like, it just, that was, I mean, that's the whole point of V-Friends right there. And
I think that's right, yeah. It was super cool.
It was only fair that card came back to her. Like, because I think, and I'm speaking for myself, but I know I've been in conversations and in streams where people have asked that about would they want their card back. And, but a lot of people had kind of made up their mind that if they got the raccoon, that they were giving it back to Ann.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like, that wasn't, and if I would have pulled the raccoon, I would have gave it right back.
Sure.
Like that was already, and I know I'm not the only one that had that game.
Right.
But it's definitely
it was cool to see that.
Cool moment to see that for sure.
To see that happen, yeah, it was neat.
Yeah, that was would that be practical?
I don't know. It depends on what the scenario looked like. It was cool no matter what. I don't know how practical it was, but it was I would say long term, it was definitely a cool move, whether it was it was a good move for the community. I don't know what the deal looked like, so I don't know how practical it was, but it was cool though.
I'm sure it was good on both sides.
I'm sure that no matter what no matter what it got bought for, it got split up amongst goats, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like one of them spent $1,000 or something on it.
Yeah.
Like they split it amongst however many of them wanted to be involved in this. So it was cool.
And I mean, and at that point, it's not even about the money. It's about like the whole situation. Like it's
correct.
It's like it was like a full circle moment. That was cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
But
well, what else we got?
I think the tournament's tonight, pretty much. I may play, I may not, but I'm ready.
Where's that getting streamed on? Twitch VFam sessions?
Yeah, it's going to be on Twitch. But then I think when it's your turn, you have a different link to go through StreamYard to get brought up.
Correct. Yeah. But it'll be live on Twitch.
Yeah. So the other night when I was a late addition because I think 2 people dropped, and then Rob reached out to me and was like, "Hey, would you play?" And I was like, "Sure," because I kind of thought about playing, but then I forgot about signing up. But then when he mentioned it, I was like, "Cool," because I think it was like there's a buy-in fee, and then like there's money to win at the end, and there's things.
Oh, okay.
And you got a T-shirt with your money and stuff. So like, to be in it for a chance for your team to win some money and you get a T-shirt out of it, it's a pretty good, fair deal. Wasn't too out of range, but so I was a late addition. But I saw the chat that they created, and then like I saw the link to the Twitch. And then I just kind of was like in and out reading it, and it was like the link's messing up. And then someone posted, "Well, here's the link." I thought that it was going like, here's the new link. So, and that everybody was going to click on and everybody was going to be in the room to like draft each other. That's what I went into it thinking that. Well, I actually clicked the link that took me to like just where Rob and the captains were to like pick. And when you got picked, you were supposed to click that link to accept your pick of being a pick and kind of like give your little speech, thank you for picking me type deal. And I just popped in, and they were like, "Oh," and then I didn't realize it because I hadn't seen anybody. I didn't see the process yet. And then like I had to go do something, so I left, and then I went to Twitch and started watching. And then I saw like the next person who got drafted. They came on and was like, "Yeah, I accept your pick." And so I was like, "Oh man!" Like
with the 8th pick in the 2025 VFam rules.
Because I didn't even
TCG tournament, the so and so's pick Jolly Jacko.
Yeah, and when Blaze picked me, like I didn't realize people were waiting for me to pop in, so I could be like, "Yeah, I'll take pick." I actually just typed in the chat like, "I accept," and I accepted that way. And then later on, I was like, "Oh, I see what was supposed to happen now."
That's right. Yeah.
I see why. I kind of
premature. You were premature.
I was just like in there saying, "I'm about to get picked by somebody. Who's picking me now? I'm about to accept it."
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't realize it until after the fact. Oh, now I understand.
That's funny.
But yeah, so
cool.
It's gonna be a good time tonight. Hopefully, we can get the dub. But
there you go. I'm stoked. I'm pulling for team. What's your team name?
Dang.
You don't even know your team name?
Well, it changed, but then it like changed.
Team Just Blaze? No.
It is the Good Dads Club.
The Good Dads Club. Oh, that makes sense. Coming for Blaze, yeah, because that's what his show that he does on X is Good Dads or whatever. Good Dads.
Dad, V Dads or something.
V Dads or something.
Yeah.
Cool. So. Yeah, so we're rooting for Team Good Dads Club.
Yeah.
Cool. So, I love it.
All right.
Well, we'll see y'all next time, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
I'm Tim.
And I'm Jolly.
Or Slimm, or somebody. And he's Jolly. And this has been another episode of the Jolly and Slimm Show.
Peace.
See you next week.